Okay, we got we got the airbag out, and it actually came out a lot easier than I thought it would. All right, good morning. It is Sunday morning. We're in Effingham, Illinois. I got the wireless mic, so I hope you guys can hear me. We are near the interstate, which is over there. We've unhooked the trailer. We've got a couple projects for today. We're gonna fix the exhaust leak, and I've already got the can down, and then we're gonna replace that airbag right there. That's gonna be the biggest job right there. So, but I'll talk about how we're gonna do it. So what we're replacing is the front airbag. It looks just like this one, so you guys can get a good idea of what it looks like. But I'll show you, we're gonna have to block it up and everything. The first thing I wanted to show you was, this is my little quick fix for the, hang on a second. This is my little quick fix for the exhaust leak. I just buy, this was a tomato paste can, which is just about the right diameter, just a little bit. So we'll overlap it. The one thing you want to look for when you get in the can is make sure it has the lip on each end. Some of the new cans, they're kind of formed from one piece of metal, and they don't have the lip on each end where you can open it with the can opener. So make sure you do that. But this is a pretty simple process. We're gonna put this on there. We got some clamps. We're gonna put some clamps around there. And the way I cut this is I just take the saw, hang on a second. I just take the saw, set the saw in like this, and then slice it like that. So that's how I cut it. But let me go ahead and get this on. This is pretty simple, and then we'll get into the tough stuff here in a second. Okay, I got to use my my new drill, so thank you, Steve. But that's what it looks like. Pretty straightforward. That'll last for quite a while. I found those work better than the clamps. So we'll try that for a while and see how that goes. All right, next thing we're gonna do is the airbag. So what we need to do is we're going to undo the leveling valve, and we're going to overextend the airbags a little bit and then block it up. And then that way, when we let the air out of the airbags, it will sit on the blocks, and it'll give us enough room between the top of the airbag and the bottom to put the new one in. Okay, we got the bolt off of the leveling valve. Now, watch that airbag. See, this is the leveling valve. So I raise it up, and that airbag is going up. So you can see how it goes up. And what we want to do is pump it up, overextend it a little bit, and then we're going to put some blocks of wood. Now, see how if I just leave it right there, it's stay level. And the way it works is when it's hooked into this here is how, so when it goes down, see it can release an air. When it goes up, it pumps it in. And when you're going down the road, this thing is constantly going up and down to keep the same pressure, amount of pressure in the airbags. So I'm just gonna take that, set it over out of the way so it doesn't, let me move this, hang on a second. So it doesn't get bent or hurt, there we go. Okay, so now let's block this up a little bit. All right, I'm trying to do this with one hand, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me a little bit. Let's see here, put this one over here. Kind of trying to get it just right there. There we go. Okay, so we'll just double check, make sure that when we set it down, it's not gonna hurt anything. That one looks good. That one looks good. Let's swap this out for this smaller piece right here. Put that one right there. Double check. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lower the airbags. So push the level down, and it is gonna sit on those blocks. So you can come over here, right there. Just double check, see how this is doing over here. Let's, I'm gonna adjust that one block right there. All right. Let's go ahead and let the air out of the airbags there. Make sure nothing gets bound up. Okay, all of the air is out of the airbags. So you see how it's soft? Now, the weight of the truck, the frame is sitting on these blocks of wood right there. So there's no weight on the airbags, and that gives us plenty of room. So I'm going to use this airbag as an example because we're going to change the one up in the front. You can't see it very well. So there's 2 bolts right here that we got to bust loose. 9 times out of 10, these bolts break. I've already got the hardware and everything I need. And then underneath, there is a bolt that is up under here that we got to break out. And that's the same thing. 9 times out of 10, that stud will break. I've already got a new stud for the new airbag, but that's what we're going to replace. And then we just got to remove the airline. And let me go get the new airbag. Okay, this is the new airbag that we're going to replace. It's a little bit different. It doesn't have bolts that go down through the top. I asked the guy, you know, it was different. He said it's a new design. So we gotta, that's why I have to jack it up, because you got to have enough room to push this down and get the studs up into the hole. I did buy a new air fitting just in case I can't get the old one out. And then this is the stud that, there it is, the stud that'll go down in the bottom. So, like I said, it's kind of hard to see up in here, but that's the airbag we're going to replace. You can see it's soft. There's no air in it. So what I'm going to do now, get the tools, bust the bolts loose on the front airbag and from the bottom, and remove the airline. So once I get that done on the front, I'll show you what's going on. Okay, we got we got the airbag out. And it actually came out a lot easier than I thought it would. So the fitting, the air fitting came out, the bolts came out fairly easy. And then on the bottom, it's actually 2 parts. On the bottom, the stud that goes down through the bottom, that one came out pretty good. Now, what was wrong with this one is, I don't know if it'll show up in the camera, but this is real dry rotted around here. And it was leaking. Now, it wasn't like blown out leaking, but it was leaking. And so if this one's pretty dry rotted, that means that most likely another one's going to be dry rotted. So I will have to keep an eye out for that. But so this is the new one here. Let's see here. Let me gently turn this over. I don't want to hurt those studs. But this is the same thing. Bottom comes out, and then like that, like that. Let's see here. Let's go over here and take a look if I can show you. So let's see if it'll show up. So the airbag used to sit right there, so you can see where the hole is. So the frame of the truck is actually sitting on the block of woods right there. So that is the way to change the airbag on the truck. Not too bad, not too hard. Another thing you can do, especially on the trailer sometimes, if you ever blow airbag on the trailer, is to plug up the airline going to the airbag you want to replace. And then what happens is you air up the other 3 airbags, and then you can get work, because you need that space to get the airbag to push it down and get it in the hole. Same thing if you have a Peterbilt and you ever have to change this little airbag right here. This is fairly easy. Get you a block of wood, stick in the hole right there, jack up the air, get the cab just a little bit, set it down on that wood, and then you can replace that airbag. Same principle. So anyway, it's going pretty good. Let me go ahead and put all these parts back together, and we'll see how it goes. It's actually going fairly easy. So talk to you in a bit. All right, we got the new airbag in. I'll show you guys. So we got it. Let's see if it'll show up. So we got the new airbag in right there. Now, I got the airline hooked on, and then I just snug up these bolts, because what I want it to do is fill up with air first, and then sometimes when it fills up with air, it wants to twist just a little bit and find its center. I found that sometimes that works best. So it's just snug. We're gonna let it fill up, and then it might wiggle a little bit to find its center, and then because it might be twisted just a little bit on the airbag, so to let it kind of find its center. That's just something I do. I don't know if it works or what, but that's just how I do it. So I've already started the truck. We got air built up. Now what we're gonna do is take the leveling valve. See, these are still flat we're going to take the leveling valve, crank it up, and we're going to add some air. And you can hear that the air filling up. So we'll leave it up like that, and then you heard that one pop. So like I said, it wants to find its center. That's why I don't snug it down. And then there it goes. So it's aired up. Let me go ahead and level that out, turn that off. All right. So you can see now it's off the blocks, and everything looks right. So they're a little overextended, so we're gonna lower it down a little bit. All right, we'll set it right there for right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take the blocks out, hook the leveling valve back up, get it to where the truck's level, or where it's supposed to be, and then we'll go down and tighten everything up and make sure everything looks pretty good. Okay, I think we got everything done and put away. So we got the leveler hooked back up. We're going to start the truck, build up some air pressure. You can see kind of hitting at an angle. We got the leveler hooked back up. We got all the bolts tightened up on the airbag. Here, we'll go over here and take a, so you can see it from this angle over here. So we got all the bolts tightened up on the airbag. The air line hooked up, so everything looks good. Next project, these are my 8-foot drops right there on that load. That's my little 4-foot drop that's got the big tear in it. So the next project is we're going to roll out that tarp and fix that tear. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the truck over this way, and then we'll work on the tarp between the truck and the trailer. So that's going to be the next project. Let's see here, the little our little soup can fix. So today's turning out pretty good, getting a lot done. Okay, I got the truck moved over and I got the tarp out. As you can see, that's my big rip in the tarp. Now, I have that tarp tape over here. Let's see here, I'll show you this stuff. I bought this, last year at that truck show. This stuff right here. But what I have found that when it gets hot out, this stuff comes off. The glue gets all tacky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this with that glue this to that, and I'm actually going to do both sides. So I'm going to put a strip across there, let it good dry, flip it over, and put a strip on the other side, and hopefully that'll fix it enough to where I can use it. What had happened is I had a load of steel and I put some padding up there, but apparently it wasn't enough and it sliced right through there. So all right, so that's going to be my project. I'm going to do that. It's pretty simple, straightforward, but I'll call it quits for today on the video. But I'm going to finish this and I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.